YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back with a Suebi versus Rome replay for you. That should be a lot of fun. Suebi are quite interesting, and under certain rules you can bring different builds with them. And this replay was sent to me because the Suebi player was trying to show that you can make decent Suebi builds without sword masters. So this ought to be interesting to see. It looks like he's got three noble riders, 3 Germanic scout riders. I'm seeing a couple of spear brothers up front, a Cimbri bowwomen on each flank. Looks like little self-sufficient flanks out here. And then a center of Bloodsworn. And we do have an Ariovistus general, and that can make the Bloodsworn pretty dangerous. We'll see what the Roman is wielding over here. Spear gladiatresses. Probably one on each flank, there is. Looks like there's also an auxiliary infantry on each flank, which is an interesting choice, not really sure why. Veteran legionaries, 6 veteran legionaries up the center. This is a max 8 melee infantry, so max 8 swords, and then there's max 14 infantry total. And that does not include foot skirmishers, obviously, so gonna see some Balearic slingers here for Rome, looks like 3 of those. And then we've got equites there in the center. And let's see, more equites out on that flank, so some hastati guarding each flank. So, interesting Roman army. It's definitely got plenty of sword power. They can cut down a lot of infantry, but their cavalry is pretty weak compared to the Suebi cavalry here, and a lot less versatile because the Suebi cavalry can move around a lot. That's going to make it tricky for the Balearic slingers, and I kind of like that. But the Suebi player, if they want to win this, is going to have to be patient. So I'm thinking probably he's going to want to hit the flanks and delay in the center. I mean, you're not going to want to go head on with 6 veteran legionaries with only 4 Bloodsworn and 2 spear brothers. So let's just kind of see how the Suebi player does this. Judging by the timer here, something's about to happen, and it's going to happen very quickly because there's only 4 minutes left in this battle, so I'm very curious to see how this goes down. Looks like avoiding the center still a little bit with all the groups. Germanic scout cavalry getting back here and being annoying, but now being fired on by Balearic slingers, so it's going to have to keep its distance. Let's see what else happens here. Here comes some noble cavalry. It's going to get into the Balearic slingers. And let's see. Fast charge is engaged. I don't see a charge bonus yet, though, for the Bloodsworn, which is unfortunate for them. Looks like it came on at the last second, so they might get it. Not all the Bloodsworn had the fast charge. This one has fast charge here, too. Both of these do. We'll see if it ends up getting used. The Roman is engaging kind of piecemeal over here, and that's going to actually be a good thing for the Suebi because it's going to allow them a chance to isolate and destroy, so like that hastati gets overwhelmed. These veteran legionaries are definitely beating down the spear brothers, and that's no surprise, but these fast charge Bloodsworn are actually going to do quite a bit of damage here to the veteran legionaries. You can see there a lot of damage for such a cheap unit. Same thing here. So those veteran legionaries are actually getting a run for their money. Germanic cav just harassing, and it looks like a lot of Roman units having to try and pull back over to this side of the battlefield to support. So the Suebi's doing a great job of isolate and destroy over here. And these equites are going to get absolutely wrecked. So it's looking pretty good for Suebi at the moment, though they are taking some huge Balearic slinger fire. And these Bloodsworn are not going to stand up well to that. But this equite gets cut down. We've still got 2 Cimbri bowwomen on the field, and quite a few cavalry. And there's enough infantry. There was 2 berserkers, it seems like, that I saw as well. Yeah, there's one there. And the other one I have not seen over here. Here it is. It's going berserk. Yeah, with this many veteran legionaries routing, oh, look at this scout cavalry getting into all these skirmishers, kind of tying them down. There's some heavy cavalry that can now come in from behind. Spear brothers absorbing the charge, while berserkers are going to come in against the veteran legionaries. And look at these Bloodsworn, 100 kills versus veteran legionaries. Even 62 kills is quite a bit versus veteran legionaries, so definitely a decent performance on their part. The Romans kind of trying to box up a little back here. This noble cavalry is going to get into these skirmishers and cause quite a bit of damage, and there's another one from this side. So even though there's spear gladiatresses there, this is going to be a dangerous position. The Roman did use some of the Caesar abilities, but I don't see that really helping a whole lot there in the center. The problem is their last pockets of veteran legionaries are being beat up pretty badly. These guys are finally going to turn that one, but they're getting shot by Cimbri bowwomen from behind. And with the Roman skirmishers falling to all these cavalry attacks, the Romans going to be left with a very bad situation in late game because there's Germanic scout riders and Cimbri bowwomen. However, this Equite is kind of getting loose over here, but we've got a cavalry counter-tactic spear that was chasing them. They rout. So no answer to the Cimbri bowwomen at this point unless the bodyguard gets free, which it does not at the moment. Yep, now it might. The bowwomen do fight with the spear in melee, but they will probably still struggle a little. The bodyguard's actually kind of getting hung up back there, so this ends up being a really beautiful battle on the part of the Suebi player. And it's not like the Roman player brought a completely crap army here either. According to the rules, he brought as many swords as he could bring. Most of them were veteran legionaries, so can't argue with that. Suebi player just did a nice job of getting that initial isolation and destroy type game that they need to take out Romans, and it worked. Some berserkers going crazy here on some of the last veteran legionaries. The bowwomen being left until late game and being out on the flanks means that they can get lots of good rear shots, whereas otherwise they may not be great bow units. They end up being pretty effective. So, nice job by the Suebi player there, and good game to the Roman player as well. Let's take a look at these statistics there. Suebi player getting a ton of kills, even though they had fewer units than the Romans on the battlefield. The Bloodsworn were pretty critical here, and if you look at these units, as cheap as those guys are, that is a lot of kills against Roman infantry, and it's impressive. There's another one right here, so 6 Bloodsworn in total doing the heavy lifting for the Suebi army. That makes the Suebi pretty versatile when you can bring a unit that cheap and do that much damage. The Cimbri bowwomen being very effective, and then the Noble Riders all being used very effective too. You can see a lot of kills for very few losses, and then the Spear Brothers just being support units there, more or less. So, nice job by the Suebi player, and like I said, you can see the veteran legionaries are getting some kills. They just ended up kind of getting swamped out and routed due to outflanking, and they didn't allow the Balearic Slingers to play a key role in the battle. Hope you all enjoyed this one. I did. It was a good replay. Appreciate it being sent in. I will be back with more Total War Rome 2 replays in the near future. HeirofCarthage signing out.